If you notice any of these four things in a woman, then she's a low value woman and she's not worth you being with. Because this kind of women, they will never bring happiness or anything meaningful into your life. They will simply frustrate you and make you very unhappy while being with them. The first one is she brings nothing to the table. See, relationship is a two-way affair. If I'm giving you, you have to give me back in return. Love is not all about giving. You also have to receive. That's part of being loved. That's part of love. That's part of a relationship. If you are giving to a woman and you notice that this woman is never giving you anything in return, she's low value. Now, it doesn't have to be financially. Emotionally, does she support you emotionally? Does she advise you? Does she have the intellectual capacity to advise you? Women who cannot offer you anything financially, intellectually, emotionally are basically bringing nothing to the table. I personally don't believe in 50-50. I believe as a man, it's my job to provide, it's my job to take care of my woman. But what do I get from my woman in return? Because I have to get something from her in return. Because it is a two-way process. For us to say we are in love, I have to give you something and you also give me something in return. I can't be always on the giving end while you're on the receiving end and you call that love. That's not love. That's you being a leech. A woman who cannot give you anything in return does not love you and is a low value woman. Because for her not to be able to have anything tangible to give you, that means she's a woman who is useless to you, which makes her very low value to you. The next one is when she's not teachable and when she never agrees with you. When you find yourself constantly arguing with your woman, when she does something wrong and you tell her, babe, you did something wrong, she never apologizes. She expects you to be the one to apologize, even when she's wrong. She will manipulate you, she will cry, she will play the victim just to get you to apologize or forget that she did something wrong. That woman is a woman who will frustrate your life. See, there's nothing as peaceful as having a woman who you can teach. Because as men, we love to teach our women. We love women who are teachable, women who are agreeable. That makes her to be more feminine, which men who are masculine obviously love. We want our women to be feminine, to be soft, to be agreeable, to be teachable. We want our women to be like little children to us, who we can teach, who we can make impressions on, who are impressionable, who we can teach and impact our knowledge on. Not a woman who you would tell her to do something. The next thing she starts shouting at you. I can't do this way. This is how I've always done it. Women who are unteachable will only end up frustrating your life and making you miserable. Because as a man, naturally, a man wants to be with a woman who is agreeable and who is teachable. Now, the next one is when she lacks ambition and direction. A woman who feels that as a man, when she's dating you or when she's married to you, you should provide everything she needs. She doesn't have to work. She doesn't have to stress herself. A woman who is basically lazy and unambitious. She has no drive. She has no goal in life. All she wants to be is a rich man's wife. That woman is worse than low value. She's a liability. In fact, she's a walking problem. She's just a walking problem. So this kind of women should have no place in your life. Because just imagine that you are sick and you can no longer provide for your family. That means your woman cannot support you because she doesn't have the financial means to support you because all her life she has been lazy. She has been lazy and she has decided to keep being lazy. Sorry. Marriage and relationship is all about partnership. If I cannot provide or if I'm not in a capacity to provide for my family, my woman should at least assist me. My woman should be like my teammate, my partner, my backup plan to an extent, my backup mates. Now imagine when you have a woman who is lazy, who has no ambition, who has no drive. That means if something happens to you, she will not eat. If something happens to you, she will not be able to provide for herself or for your kids. That is a low value woman. A woman who doesn't have ambition, who doesn't have direction, who can't even chart a path of her own. That's a working liability. Trust me, that's a working liability. And this kind of women, they will only end up mounting pressure on you because you are the one that does everything for her, provides everything for her. She doesn't even have the means to buy for herself skincare products. If you leave her, she will not be able to provide for herself, even to an extent of buying skincare products. She can't, because she depends on you 100%. That is a lazy woman, a woman who has no value, and a woman who will never bring any reasonable value to your life. So avoid such women. The next women are women who are entitled to your money. If you meet any woman and this woman starts feeling entitled to your money, she's always ungrateful. She never appreciates the things you do for her. In fact, she feels it's your duty as a man to do everything for her. That woman, they will use pressure to lead you to your early grave. Trust me. So once you meet a woman who is ungrateful, who is always entitled, who feels entitled to men's money, avoid such women, because they are low value. So you don't need to have them around you. They will only pull you down. So avoid such women.